Do you ever wonder why you react certain ways, or why others seem to misunderstand you? The answer might be hidden in plain sight, in the subtle gestures and expressions you don't even realize you're making. We're about to decode the subconscious language that dictates your actions and shapes your reality, empowering you to finally read between the lines of human connection. We live in a world obsessed with words. We draft emails, we rehearse speeches, we analyze text messages. We believe that communication is a linguistic act, but biology tells a different story. Human beings have existed for hundreds of thousands of years. Spoken language is a relatively recent invention. For the vast majority of our history, we communicated without a single word. We communicated through the tensing of a muscle, the dilation of a pupil, the angle of a chin. This ancient language did not disappear when we learned to speak. It simply went underground. It became the operating system of the subconscious, while your conscious mind is busy choosing the right words to say. Your body is broadcasting your true intentions, your deepest fears, and your hidden desires to everyone around you. This is why you sometimes meet someone and immediately distrust them, even though they said all the nice things. Your conscious mind heard the words, but your subconscious mind saw the truth. To decipher this language, we must first understand the limbic brain. This is the emotional center of the nervous system. Unlike the neocortex, the thinking brain, which can lie, fabricate, and deceive, the limbic brain is honest. It reacts to the environment in real time to ensure your survival. When you feel threatened, your limbic brain commands your body to freeze, fight, or flee. It does not ask for permission. It just acts. This is why body language is often called the honest signals. You can lie with your mouth, but it is incredibly difficult to lie with your feet. Think about it. When you are in a conversation, you want to leave. Your face might be smiling and nodding politely. But look at your feet. They are likely pointing towards the door. That is your limbic brain executing a flight response while your social brain tries to be polite. This phenomenon is called leakage. The truth leaks out of the body through the path of least resistance. The more you try to suppress an emotion, the more it leaks. We see this in micro-expressions. These are involuntary facial expressions that last for a fraction of a second. A flash of anger before a smile, a shadow of sadness before a laugh. These are glitches in the matrix of the persona. They reveal the raw data of the subconscious before the social mask can be put back in place. But deciphering this language is not just about catching liars. It is about understanding the fundamental state of the human animal, comfort versus discomfort. Every gesture, every shift in posture stems from these two states. When we are comfortable, confident, and safe, we expand. We take up space. Our torso opens. Our neck is exposed. This is a biological signal of high status and safety. It says, I am not afraid of attack. I have resources. When we are uncomfortable, threatened, or insecure, we contract, we cross our arms, we hunch our shoulders, we cover our necks. This is the turtle effect. We are physically trying to make ourselves smaller targets for a predator. Most people walk through life in a state of chronic, subtle contraction. They are shrinking themselves to fit into boxes, both physical and psychological. And the most terrifying part? This is a feedback loop. Your mind shapes your body, but your body also shapes your mind. This is the science of embodied cognition. If you force your body into a posture of defeat, shoulders down, head low, shallow breathing, your brain interprets this physical data and releases cortisol, the stress hormone. You start to feel defeated. Your subconscious receives the signal, "We are small, we are in danger," and it adjusts your thoughts to match that reality. You become more risk-averse. You become less creative. You become weaker. Conversely, if you adopt a posture of power, even if you are faking it, your testosterone levels rise, your cortisol drops, your risk tolerance increases. You are hacking your own operating system through the hardware of the body. This is why the invisible architects we discussed in the previous video are so powerful. The chair you sit in, the clothes you wear, they dictate your posture. And your posture dictates your psychology. We must also talk about the vagus nerve. This is the superhighway connecting your brain to your body. It is responsible for your gut feeling. When you say, "I have a bad feeling about this," that is not a metaphor. That is your enteric nervous system, the brain in your gut, detecting a pattern of danger that your conscious mind has missed. Perhaps the person you are talking to blinked too fast. Perhaps their tone of voice didn't match their facial expression. Your conscious mind didn't catch it. But your vagus nerve did, and it sent a signal to your stomach, "Tighten up, something is wrong." We are taught to ignore these signals. We are taught to be rational. But ignoring the somatic intelligence of the body is a fatal error. It is silencing the most advanced threat detection system ever created by evolution. The body keeps the score. Trauma, past failures, and old fears are not just memories stored in neurons. They are stored in the fascia, in the muscles, in the tension patterns of your jaw. You might think you have gotten over a past event. But if your body still flinches when someone raises their voice, if your chest still tightens when you walk into a meeting, then your subconscious is still living in the past. To truly decipher the language of the subconscious, you must stop listening to what people say and start watching what they do in the silence between the words. You must become an observer of the dance. Notice the synchronization. When two people are in rapport, their bodies mirror each other. They drink at the same time. They lean in at the same time. This is the work of mirror neurons. We are wired to simulate the actions of others in our own brains to understand them. Empathy is not an abstract concept. It is a physical simulation. To understand someone, you must literally feel them. But in our digital age, we are losing this capacity. We communicate through screens. We see faces, but we don't see bodies. We lose the microsignals. We lose the pheromones. We lose the energy. We are becoming socially blind. We are forgetting how to read the air, and because we cannot read others, we feel isolated. We feel misunderstood. The solution begins with reconnecting with your own vessel. Before you can read the room, you must read yourself. In the next part, we will explore the practical steps to mastering this nonverbal communication. We will learn how to reset your baseline to a state of calm authority. We will discuss how to use spatial intelligence to dominate interactions without saying a word, and we will reveal how to heal the subconscious by moving the body. The body is the shadow of the soul. If you want to change the soul, you must learn to move the shadow. We have established that the body is the shadow of the soul. Now, we must learn how to move that shadow intentionally. Most people live in a state of somatic dissociation. They treat their bodies like a taxi that carries their brain around. They are numb to their own internal signals until they scream in pain or illness. The first step to mastery is interoception. This is the ability to feel what is happening inside your skin, right now, As you listen to this, where is the tension in your body? Is your jaw clenched? Are your shoulders raised? Is your stomach tight? These are not random tensions. They are frozen emotions. A clenched jaw is often suppressed anger. Raised shoulders are often chronic fear or burden. A tight stomach is often anxiety about the future. By simply noticing these tensions, you begin to thaw them. You send a signal of safety to the subconscious. I see you. It is okay to let go. This leads to the concept of the baseline. To read anyone, including yourself, you must establish a baseline. What does normal look like? You cannot know if someone is lying or anxious if you don't know how they act when they are calm. The same applies to you. What is your baseline state? Is your default setting defense or discovery? If your baseline is defense, arms crossed, eyes darting, shallow breath, you will perceive the world as hostile. You will interpret neutral comments as attacks. You will manifest conflict because your body is broadcasting a signal of war. To change your destiny, you must shift your baseline. You must practice the physiology of excellence. This is not about faking it. It is about biofeedback. Stand like a king, and you will begin to think like a king. Breathe like a monk, and you will find the peace of a monk. The most powerful tool for this is the breath. The breath is the remote control of the nervous system. Short, shallow breaths keep you in the sympathetic nervous system, fight or flight. Long, deep, slow breaths activate the parasympathetic nervous system, rest and digest. By controlling the breath, you control the subconscious. You can hack your own fear response in real time. Now, let's look outward. Spatial intelligence. This is how you use space to communicate power and boundaries. Observe how people enter a room. The submissive enters hesitantly. They check for permission. They try to take up as little space as possible. The dominant enters with purpose. They claim the space. They do not rush. This is territoriality. We are still territorial animals. When you shrink yourself, you are telling the world, I do not deserve this space. When you expand, you are saying, I belong here. But true power is not aggression. It is stability. The most powerful body language is stillness. Fidgeting is leakage. It shows a restless mind. Stillness shows a mind under control. When you can sit in a meeting without touching your face, without shaking your leg, without checking your phone, you project a massive gravitational pull. People are drawn to stillness because they are starving for stability. Be the rock in the chaotic river. Another crucial aspect is eye contact. The eyes are the only part of the brain that is visible from the outside. Eye contact is a transfer of energy. Too little eye contact signals submission or deception. Too much signals aggression. The sweet spot is active gazing. It is looking to understand, not looking to intimidate. It is seeing the human behind the mask. When you truly look at someone, you trigger the release of oxytocin, the bonding hormone, in their brain. You create a bridge of trust without saying a word. But be warned, the subconscious is a lie detector. You cannot technique your way into trust if your intent is manipulative. Your micro-expressions will betray you. The only way to have trustworthy body language is to actually be trustworthy. The only way to have confident body language is to actually cultivate competence. The internal must match the external. This is called congruence. When your thoughts, your words, and your body are all saying the same thing, you become charismatic. You become magnetic. People follow congruent leaders because they signal safety. Incongruence signals danger. Why is he smiling when his eyes are angry? Why is she saying yes when her body is leaning away? The subconscious screams, error, danger, do not trust. To become a master of this language, you must clean your own house first. You must resolve the internal conflicts that make you incongruent. You cannot fake peace. You must become peace. We often ignore our intuition because we cannot explain it logically. But intuition is simply pattern recognition at high speed. Your subconscious has cataloged millions of interactions. It knows what a predator looks like. It knows what an opportunity looks like. It communicates this knowledge through the body. A sudden chill, a heaviness in the gut, a flutter in the heart. This is data. Respect it. If your body says no, do not let your polite mind say yes. Every time you override your intuition, you weaken the signal. Every time you trust it, you strengthen it. Deciphering the subconscious language is the ultimate superpower. It allows you to see the world in high definition. You stop hearing just the text. You start hearing the subtext. You stop reacting to the mask. You start responding to the soul. This is the path to empathy. This is the path to influence. And ultimately, this is the path to self-mastery. Your body is constantly talking to you. It is telling you who you are, what you need, and where you need to go. The question is, are you listening, or are you too busy making noise? Silence the mind, feel the body, and the truth will reveal itself.